Oh, hi! This week we're tackling the skirts, finally. If you don't know what's happening, I've been overhauling my entire closet, both by doing the Marie Kondo thing where you assess every garment you have. You look at it all together. I have to do it by section just because I have too much stuff, as probably most people do. I had a lot of things that I've gotten rid of that I just didn't wear, and I kept holding on to because it still fit, because I've generally been around the same size for a long time, but that doesn't mean I want to keep it around. This has been really helpful. I don't know what clicked this time. I know I've done plenty of closet overhauls before, but this one feels different. Also, the more important and more effort part of all this is fixing the things that need like a little tweak because I don't wear them. It feels really good to finally be through all of my dresses. I do have a new update for that I'll show you in a little while, because there's one I kept, but it needs a new something done to it. And a week or two ago, I tackled all of my tops, and that also felt really good because I got rid of 15 to donate. One I made into a gift for someone else, and then I fixed everything else. Oh, and one garment it was just like a plain black vest from one of my very first Sewing Nerd videos, and that is now in my scrap knit pile to get reused because I'm always looking for black knit fabric, and it was a lot of yardage, so I've decided to keep it. Where everything else that I didn't like wearing as it was, I wasn't allowed to just put in like a this is for doing something with later pile. I either had to donate it or fucking fix it. All my stuff got fixed, and that feels amazing. So yes, we're tackling the skirts. The most prominent one, ooh, wrong side, bad at mirror images, is this one. I hadn't worn since the week I made it last summer. It's the Silk Charmeuse Rainbow Handkerchief Circle Skirt. The problem is, this fabric is alarmingly hot. It's such a good like summer look, but feel, this ain't it. It's so sticky and warm, and I hate that I don't wear this. The actual print on the fabric sparks much joy. I think it's gonna be a separate video because I want to actually like show the process of me doing this. The plan I have in mind involves some black bias tape that I was able to get at Joann. But don't worry, I'm still going to show you what it looks like before I end this video. But that has a plan of attack, and I've been thinking all month about how to tackle this because I've also been participating in Me Made May over on Instagram, and it's been a lot of fun seeing everyone else's posts and just making myself wear clothes that I've made, because I kind of default to the same like 4 outfits depending on the season, and I don't seek out the stuff that I made myself, such as this skirt. I don't wear very often, even though it's the most comfortable because it's elastic waisted and it has this Parisian lace that one of my best friends got me from when she went to France on a trip with a friend. And I have a skirt lining from some other thrifted thing that I made and used the outer fabric for. But I like it a lot, but it's just kind of been hiding in the back of my wardrobe, and I am very out of sight, out of mind person. So this whole challenge reminded me that I get some cool shit that I've made that I don't wear very often. So this is definitely a keep. This is one that I took out of there that I forgot was there until I was digging through like, what have I made that I haven't worn for this challenge yet? And I was like, oh right, that exists. Doing the closet overhauls are also helpful because it reminds me of the things that I own. On to the rest of the skirts. Oh, also I hang my skirts on these like 6-clip hangers just because a lot of them are short enough that I can kind of stack it and they don't hang on the floor of my closet, and it just saves a lot more space that way. So I highly recommend these if that's the kind of thing you're into. So here are probably my 2 most worn skirts. They're my Doctor Who gathered skirts. I'm definitely gonna keep these. They both have pockets. Love the shit out of them. Both of these, we're getting into it already. These are not things that I love. So let's talk through it. This is not a color I like. Earth Tones Who. I have the opposite color palette of Rachel Maxey, who is one of my favorite creators on this entire goddamn platform. And it is a testament to how much I enjoy her content and just like the way she goes about making stuff, that even though it's all the opposite color palette from me, I still love all of her projects. Anyways, this also has gold buttons, or kind of brassy buttons, and I just don't do warm toned hardware or jewelry. Silver or get the fuck out. That's gonna get donated. And then this is actually a skirt that I added some pockets to. I thrifted it ages ago. I think I'm gonna have to do a video and just title it The Great Pocketing. Pocketing. I'm trying to combine pocket and happening, and I don't think it's working. So I have a bunch of dresses that I have yet to add pockets to from the first part of this series, and it's not getting done because apparently if I don't film myself making a thing, I just don't make the things. I don't love that about myself, but you know, at least you can acknowledge your flaws, right? That's good. This is a color I really like. If I have my pocket in my phone, the whole thing droops on my waist and it crinkles like a motherfucker. So unless I take it out of the dryer instantly, which I never do, because the second I walk out of the bathroom where the washer and dryer are, I forget that laundry exists until it's, 2 hours later and I'm going to use the bathroom and I'm like, right, my hamper's on the floor. That means I was doing laundry earlier. Anyway, I love the color. I like having this color as a skirt in my wardrobe. So on my to-do list, I already have the fabric cut, I have it prepped, I have the waistband interfaced and everything. I just gotta construct it, is a maroon skirt, and I'm really pumped about it. Maybe, you know what? Fuck this. I'm going to have that skirt finished before this video is done. Challenge accepted, self. Oh God, okay. So these gathered skirts, right? This style, I have fabric cut for a solid black one, a solid maroon one, and a solid royal blue one. These are all colors I have a lot of things that go well with. As shown here, the skirts I have are kind of loud. I feel like there's this void in my closet and I want to fill it. And I started on that track before my birthday this year, which was back in March, and I still have yet to finish those. So apparently, like I said, I can't make anything without the accountability that comes with these videos. So, okay, it's gonna be a lot of work, but we're gonna get it done. So help me. So I'm donating that, but with the promise to myself, I'm replacing it. I'm gonna be so happy that I have done this to myself, but also grumpy about the actual process of doing it. And then on the bottom here is a skirt that used to be a dress. I do think I'm gonna add snaps or something, because these flaps don't stay down even when I press them, and I don't like having to iron this every time I go to wear it. And yeah, like I said, I don't end up having a ton of just plain ass solid color bottoms, because I always want to make the fun stuff, and then everything is fun and I don't end up having anything to pair it with, and it's not a whole outfit where I have fun garments that I'm proud of, but I never wear them because there's like not an ensemble that I can put it with. So this is definitely a keep. Although, am I gonna add snaps? Because if I'm making that kind of adjustment, I gotta do it now. Next, I actually had this on my dress form this whole time since I made this. It's the skirt from my Starberry dress. Now, I don't see myself wearing the top. I like the idea of having the whole outfit for once in a while. It's a fun outfit, and I'm really proud of how the top came out, because I did stuff that I was really scared of doing and had never tried. But there's no reason I can't just wear this on its own with like a black top or something. This doesn't have pockets, which is the only downfall. This and the rainbow skirt don't. That's okay. I anticipate wearing this and the rainbow skirt when I'm like out with friends and stuff, and I don't like to have my phone out that much when that's happening. It's just one of the ways I try my damnedest to be as present as possible and like be in the hangout when I'm with people that I give a shit about. So I usually carry a wristlet with me that has my keys and wallet and everything in it. It's not the end of the world for like a dressier skirt to not have pockets. This is not something I'm gonna like wear to work. And much like the skirt I'm wearing, it has like a lace overlay thing. And I don't think I would like the look of pockets between all the layers like that. This is one of my go-tos. It's a skirt I made out of a flannel shirt. It has the chest pockets that I made sure to keep intact, and yeah, simple but effective. I like this one a lot. I should make like a bunch of these because I do wear this one pretty often, and it didn't take that much time to actually make it in the first place. So yeah. Flannel shirt skirts. Love them. Right. We have another lace overlay skirt, just this nice bright green color. I like it a lot. I don't know. I just really like lace over things. It's real pretty. And it has that kind of paper baggy top. Super comfortable. Love the shit out of this. Definitely gonna continue wearing this and keep it forever. Ooh, okay. I forgot about this one. So this is like, I have to make sure I wear like my full coverage bike shorts under this, because I mean, if I bend anywhere, you're gonna see my butt. But it's so cute and it fits just right. Oh, there's a bobby pin stuck in it. Cool. That's where those go. I don't know. Like, I'm never in risk of anyone seeing my junk because like I always have shorts on under skirts, so there's nothing to really worry about. And this is a good like short summer skirt where I can still have that kind of element of badassery. This is another flannel skirt. I like that it's all the lace and flannel on the same one. That kind of sums up my aesthetic. Like floofy girly things, but also just very practical New England fabrics. This was a very lot, like about twice the length, Little House on the Prairie style skirt, and I just shortened it. Then I took all of the scraps from the bottom and made it into a matching infinity skirt. So I do wear that ensemble often, but even though this is flannel, because it's short, it has like a lot of flow to it, is also a pretty good summer skirt. So I love the shit out of this one. This is like my favorite shade of teal. It's the best. This is horrible lighting, so you can't tell anyway. Just imagine the best shade of teal. This is it. Okay, speaking of teal, It's my twirliest skirt. This is a petticoat-ish thing. It does add some volume. I really want to make like an actual proper super floofy petticoat, or like multiple that I can stack on top of each other if I can find like a basic way to go about it that I like. But yeah, this is like an underskirt that its sole purpose is to floof this out, so I don't need to take that one down. But I hadn't found myself wearing this for some reason, and I think that was it. Like it looks sad when it's draping straight down because it wants to be full and as cupcakey as possible. So having that under it makes me fucking love wearing this skirt. Ooh, okay. I fully forgot about this one. I really like blue and gray together. I don't know. I feel like it's maybe boring, but I'm into it. Slightly businessy. It had been a dress that had like this lace top situation that was way too small for me because I have Hulk shoulders, but the waist was like a good size. So I just swapped out the entire top part for a waistband out of elastic, and very simple overhaul. I love wearing this. There's a lace top that I like wearing with this, and I don't know, it's one of my like most confident outfits that I have. Ooh, okay. God, I love this color combination, but this is still a very business casual cut and fabric, and I've never worn it. I thought I would. I really thought I would, and I just don't. So even though it's like this great berry red, obviously it needs to get pressed. I think I'm gonna just put it in my Etsy shop. It has to go. I'm sad, but it has to go. This is the kind of stuff I'm trying to be practical about, is like, I can love how something looks and it still not be my aesthetic. On to the last skirt somehow. I mean, it seems like I have a lot. This looks like I have a lot, but there's not that many. This is 10 and I'm fixing 2 other ones, so that's 12. I don't know, that feels like a lot, but also not that many. It's fine. I love this skirt so much. It's definitely like a warm weather skirt because it's all 100% wool. I got this fabric at an antique shop. There was a stack of 3 vintage wool yards, which is just enough fabric to eke out a gathered skirt in my size. Thankfully, I know that is a like slender privilege thing. It has a side zip, and I didn't realize how much I hated side zips. They are the bane of my existence. A, they're a pain to put in. B, they interfere with the pockets. The zipper goes to the top of the pocket. It's a shit show over here. So getting in and out of it is kind of a crapshoot. I wish it had a center back zip that could be longer, would be easier to get in and out of. So it's fine, but I do have a little bit of a process shimmying my butt through the waistband because the zipper just can't be long enough because there's fucking pockets here. I don't understand this design. This was made using a Cynthia Rowley dress pattern. I got into a blind rage trying to figure out the top of this dress. And also, you're supposed to use a knit fabric. And I was using a knit for the top. She was essentially showing us how to do a gathered skirt, which I'm thankful for because it got me to make one for the first time. All of the skirts I have made, except for this one, have back center zips, and it just makes life easier both in the construction process and the wearability of the whole damn thing. I did break this on its first outing in the world. I went to go see a band called Fucked Up down in Boston with my partner and a friend of ours, and did climb over a guardrail and tear it open. So I did try to patch that. It's before I had my cool mending loom, so I wish I had done this differently, but I don't want to like snip it, make the hole bigger, redo the whole thing. But also, every time I see that hole and the mend, I think of how much fun that show was. I don't mind it. It's probably not actually that perceptible because it's a pretty busy plaid. So like, I don't know. And again, if someone's going to be like, what happened to your skirt? And they're like judgy about it, they can go fuck themselves. Okay, so we have 10 up here. There are 2 in the mending pile and I have 3 in the donation pile. I don't think that's too bad considering it was a small number to start with in the first place. I don't know that no, I can't keep doing this. I am also gonna have this done before this video is over. Ready? I'm gonna make this, which is my Deathly Hallows dress, into just a gathered skirt because I don't like the top. Not bad for a first attempt, but I want to just wear the skirt because I also don't have much in like a solid green skirt. Also, this has pockets where the green skirt I do have here does not have pockets. So it would be good and will actually get worn if I fucking do this. So this is also going into the alterations pile. And then I have 2 other things to own up to from previous episodes of my Closet Fix series, which is I found this in a bag that I haven't touched since I made it because once it went through the wash, the bottom kept shredding. I did a video on like making this shirt and I like it a lot, but all I need to do is serge and then hem the bottom up. I guess I thought it wasn't gonna shred is the thing. But yeah, something about this fabric, it's like pulling apart and getting all clumpy. So I'm gonna hem the bottom of this, which I didn't do before. So that's another fix that isn't skirts, but does need to get done. And then this sweater that I don't wear, and I took it in at the sides and everything, and it's just not great. So I'm either going to donate this, or if I can fit it, I will make a color block sweater with this as the back panel. So I will check back in once I have fixed all this stuff. I cannot believe the workload I gave myself. I'm also not going to do it otherwise because it's been months and I haven't touched those gathered skirts, the like solid color ones that I started. Let's do the dang thing. Okay, hi. It's been about a week. I only got one day to work on the skirts and stuff that I wanted to fix because last week was bananas. But I got to finish the other skirts this morning, and oh my goodness, I can't believe these are finally done. So I realized I started the 3 gathered skirts even earlier than I thought. Originally, I had it in my head that I had made them for my birthday, started making them for my birthday, but no, it was actually sometime before one of my best friend's birthdays in mid-February of this year, because I was working on them on like a video call for her birthday party. And yeah, so that means it's taken 4 months to get these done, but they're done. They're done, for real. Without further ado, here is my black gathered skirt. Ooh, ah, totally done. Hem, zippers installed. Yeah. The waistband's a little shorter than I meant. There are worse things. Then I have this kind of royal blue one. I did originally have a waistband that was twice as tall, just like the Doctor Who ones that I had, but then I realized I don't need it to be that wide, so I did shorten it by half, and I don't hate it. I hand stitched the zipper in place first, like basted it, and then stitched it down, and it's been working like a dream every time. Why didn't I do that before? I don't know. I did machine stitch the bottoms just because I wanted to get these done. And then, as promised to myself, I have a nice red skirt now. So getting rid of that one with the elastic waistband that I donated made room for this to be in my closet. So these are definitely some of the colors I wear the most or need to complement in the rest of my outfit the most often, and a style skirt that goes with everything I wear. So yeah. Very excited. Also, speaking of skirts, this is the video that went up this past week, is this rainbow skirt. I used that bias tape. It worked out like a dream. Gives a little more like body and shape and just a way more comfortable length. So I haven't worn it in the heat today because it is very humid. I had done my hair all nice and pretty earlier, and just because of all the sweat and like buttery air, it died. We're just gonna let it be sad and droopy. Where I have to say, I never used to like my hair at any point. I like the color it has been in the past, but not until I started cutting all of it myself, cutting the top and cleaning up the sides and back, as well as enjoying the styling process of like doing the little curls that I've been wearing a lot lately and having it like floofy and on top of my head and up and out of my eyes. So yeah, I actually enjoy my hair now. Who'd have thought? Anyways, for this one, I did end up going with snaps because listen, we gotta manifest joy, not misery in our lives. That meant adding snaps. I was gonna add the metal ones, and then I started the process of attaching them and didn't want to do it. If I wanted this to be wearable anytime in the near future, plastic snaps it was. And you know what? I really like how they look. And then this. I did forget that the waist is baggy on me, and I should have brought it in a little bit, but I was also just using the original measurement of the dress and cut the top off, folded it over, and made a little waistband with it. I wonder if I feed some elastic through this, but also, listen, weight fluctuates, so I guess having a slightly bigger size, it's probably 1 to 2 inches too big for me. You know, sometimes I eat a whole pizza in one sitting, so good to have a slightly upsized garment in my stash. The first time I hung out with friends outside of quarantine, once we were all vaccinated, I went to watch JoJo's Bizarre Adventure with them, and I wore this really pretty skirt, that blue one that has the petticoat under it and everything, and halfway through us eating food while watching the show, like the skirt just barely fit when I first put it on, but over the course of the night, I did have to just unzip it and sit with my petticoat sticking out of the top. And you know, I have really good friends and they could not have cared less and were like, yeah, this is fine. This shirt is also finally hemmed. And that's it. That's my whole pile of stuff. It's all fixed. 6 more wearable skirts that I'm actually going to wear now, instead of just seeing them being like, I need to do something to this to make me want to wear it, and then moving on to the same 3 that I wear all the time. As with every video that I've done in this series, I'm feeling really good about taking the time to update my own shit so that it's like usable, because I do so many projects on here that I either don't end up wearing, I end up giving away, it just goes in my Etsy shop, that kind of stuff, and actually having functional, practical things to do with my own clothes, which is like the most sustainable option. It's the stuff I already own. One of the most satisfying things I've ever spent time on. So thank you for joining me for this whole process. I think as I find stuff to alter and tweak, I will give updates and just maybe caption it fixing my closet or something. I'm still looking at the pile of dresses that I need to add pockets to. Speaking of thank yous, a huge thank you to everyone over on my Patreon for allowing me to do this stuff. Like, I genuinely wouldn't be able to set aside the time to work on these kinds of things if it wasn't for all of you supporting me. So thank you so, so much. And yeah, I'll see you back here with another video next Friday. Thank you so much for hanging out. I don't know where I'm going with this tangent, so I'm just gonna stop it. On to the next.